Have you been following the Clippers' recent performance? If you're an NBA fan, a sports bettor, or a fantasy player, you've likely noticed their recent surge. The Clippers have been riding an exhilarating wave, showing off their prowess on the court with victories against teams like the Warriors, Knicks, Pacers, Mavericks, Thunder, Celtics, and Hornets. These victories are not to be downplayed, as they reveal the team's resilience and ability to compete at a high level. However, it hasn't been all rosy for the Clippers. They have also experienced their share of losses, falling against the Warriors, Nuggets, Jazz, Trailblazers, and Kings. And these defeats highlight areas where the Clippers could certainly improve, but they also serve as a reminder of the fierce competition in the NBA. Throughout these games, key players have come to the fore. Their individual performances, whether in victory or defeat, have been instrumental in shaping the Clippers' current standing. Their contributions not only impact the team's performance, but also the dynamics of NBA betting and fantasy games. So we've seen a mixed bag from the Clippers recently, but overall they're showing a positive trend. Now let's delve into how this affects NBA betting and fantasy. The Clippers' recent surge has certainly shaken things up in NBA betting circles. But how exactly? Well, let's break it down. The Clippers' performance, both in victories and defeats, has unquestionably impacted betting odds. Their unpredictable streak of games has kept bookmakers on their toes, constantly adjusting odds to reflect the Clippers' fluctuating performance. This volatility has brought a whole new level of excitement to NBA betting. Individual game bets have seen a significant shift. The Clippers' unexpected victories over teams like the Celtics and the Mavericks have proved profitable for those who dared to bet against the odds. But it's not just about individual games. The overall season predictions have also been affected. With the Clippers showing they can hold their own against top-tier teams, their odds for clinching the championship have seen a marked improvement. But it's not all about luck. Savvy bettors have been capitalizing on the Clippers' recent surge. They've been closely monitoring the Clippers' performance, identifying patterns, and making informed bets based on these insights. These bettors know it's not just about betting on the underdog, it's about understanding the team's dynamics, their strengths and weaknesses, and how they match up against their opponents. This unpredictability, coupled with a deeper understanding of the game, has made NBA betting more than just a game of chance. It's transformed it into a strategic game of skill where knowledge, insight, and a bit of nerve can lead to sizable profits. So, the Clippers' recent performance has made NBA betting more interesting and potentially more profitable for those who know how to play their cards right. But what about fantasy? The world of fantasy sports is always buzzing with activity, and the Clippers' recent surge has added to the excitement. The Clippers' performance has rippled through the fantasy sports world, making some players hot commodities, while others have seen their stock fall. For instance, let's consider Russell Westbrook. His involvement in community programs such as the Clippers Community Courts program and the visit to the Hawaii Food Bank has undoubtedly bolstered his public image, but it's his on-court performance that's truly driving his value in fantasy leagues. With his consistent scoring and impressive assists, he's become a highly sought-after player for fantasy team owners. Then we have the Clippers as a team. Their unpredictable games, which have seen them both win and lose against teams like the Warriors, have made the fantasy sports landscape more thrilling. The unpredictability factor has added a layer of complexity for fantasy players, making every game a nail-biter and every player pick a potential game-changer. It's not just about the star players, though. The Clippers' recent performance has also highlighted the value of underdogs. Players who may not have been on the radar for many fantasy players are now stepping up and proving their worth. This dynamic has opened up new strategies for fantasy sports enthusiasts, who now have to consider a wider pool of players when drafting their teams. So, whether you're a sports bettor or a fantasy player, the Clippers' recent surge has certainly given you something to think about. Stay tuned to see how this plays out in the rest of the season.